Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Skulk. Continuing the story, Winds of Change. This story's been going on quite a while. I'm noticing that I probably should make longer episodes that don't... I just... Longer stories. I should make them longer episodes to make a smaller playlist to not overwhelm people with the size. Well, we'll get to the end soon. I really hope. Alright. Let's talk to them first. Yep. Hey, Ulrich. As I'm lost in thought, a knock at the door jolts me awake. What? Without hesitation, I opened it up, and Ulrich steps in. He seems calm. He's seen tons of battle in his lifetime.
Hey, Monarch. I just wanted to come see you. We won't be getting much sleep tonight after all.
I wasn't planning on it, apparently. It's true, and I don't blame anybody for it. Especially Ulrich. We were fighting as former masters. This would be harder on him than it would be for us.
I can't stop thinking about our visit to Alarinthia. You know, I broke your nose and I feel awful about that. But I couldn't let you get in the way and compromise our plan.
Yeah. So, my nose is going to be a little askew for the rest of my life, thanks to you. But, hopefully looks don't matter to whoever I'm hope to be with.
It needed to come down to just Pro and myself. It was the only way that we could guarantee our victory. I guess I came here seeking forgiveness. I feel foolish, though.
Well, I mean, it's for a good cause. I've been trying to straighten it out ever since, sorry. It still hurts.
Your forgiveness was implied when you removed that curse from me. I mean, you wouldn't do something like that if you resented me, right? But still, having it implied, it's not the same as hearing you say it.
I can tell what he's after, so I tell him that he's forgiven. To be honest, it's the last thing on my mind right now. If it secured us for Draconic Alliance, it was worth it.
And that's the thing, though. Forgiveness shouldn't come so easy. When you're on the throne, you'll need to learn how to punish. I lied to you. I hurt you. I shouldn't deserve your forgiveness.
Then why did he come asking for it? I tell him that he deserves forgiveness because he meant no ill will. Something in my mouth. He did what he did out of necessity to help further our cause and win.
I guess what I'm trying to say is, you're lucky it was just your nose. In that moment, I would have done whatever I deemed necessary, Monarch. And given the opportunity, I would do it again. I would go as far as I needed.
I can see why. But that's quite bad.
Do you still think I'm worthy of forgiveness? Who knows what I might have to do during the final battle? The fate of the world is in the balance. I can't hold back.
What's gotten into him all of a sudden? He's acting odd. But I try not to bring it to his attention. For all I know, he's just anxious about the upcoming battle. But still, I tell him that he's forgiven. I can't hold him accountable for things he hasn't done. What he has done, however, he's more than made up for.
As long as we're both on the same page. I expect the same from you. Don't hold back in any way. If I'm in danger, don't stop to help me. You have your goal.
Gosh, dang it. He wants me to just leave him for dead?
I know what I was getting into when you removed my curse. I'm vulnerable. For the first time in thousands of years. But while I'm vulnerable, I also feel alive, Monarch.
I could see that. I mean, if you feel invulnerable, then you can go anywhere you want, step on any spikes you want, sleep with the fishes without holding your breath. It's definitely scary when you feel like I can die now. But then again, well, at least I know that I have to be cautious about things instead of living in God mode.
It's amazing how much the possibility of death can motivate us. In some ways, that's what drives us to accomplish our goals. Without some sort of end, there's no time for us to seize.
He would know better than me. I don't think even he knows how old he is. At that point, the years would start to blur together. How old are you? How many? That equals a century. That's a decade on. That one is about maybe. His demeanor makes sense now that he's facing his mortality. His actions have consequences that would affect the rest of his life. In the past, no matter what he did, he can just outlive repercussion. I tell him I'll do it. I'll leave him behind, only if it's necessary. I do have my goal, but part of that is ensuring my comrades stay alive. The pledge seems to satisfy him enough, and he changes the subject.
Thank you, Monarch. I knew you'd be strong enough to make the tough decisions. Since we met, I've seen nothing but a capable ruler in you.
I hear that as a compliment, but I'm still overwhelmed with this.
And that was before the attack on the Rebel HQ. Remember back in Valinor, when we were at Peregrino? You've been leading this world for much longer than you think.
I have?
And I have to say, I agree with your choices. Keeping Peregrino as a tavern? I thought about that for a while. Anybody who values alcohol that much is good in my books.
It's not what I did it for. It was his home. I wasn't going to turn into a barracks. It was his home. Not the alcohol, man. But you like alcohol, so I guess it's a bonus? He smiles at me and places a hand on my shoulder.
When I look back on times like that, I realize how far we've come. Complete strangers to loyal comrades, ready to kill false gods. I never would have expected this, but it's not an unwelcome change. I always pledged myself to Damek, but the tables have shifted. The sword arm meant for him now belongs to you, Monarch. I will protect you and do my best to help you liberate this world.
Liberate. What's liberate again?
It's the least I can do after all. You removed this curse from me. Now that I can die, it's almost as if I know what it's like to be alive. To live without feeling alive, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Yet the Triumvirate hands it out so freely. They disguise the tightest shackles as the path to freedom. And in our blindness, we accept it without hesitation.
True, it can get that way. He shakes his head, as if throwing away thoughts of his enemy. Woo! Ah! No, wait! Got that off my mind. A moment later, the hand on my shoulder is removed. Wait, what? I liked it there.
The rebellion, however, strives for true freedom. Salus and Damek, we have them to thank for everything. Even you wouldn't have realized your full potential without them.
It's true. It was Salus who broke Valinor's partition stance. He helped seize the blade and deliver it to me. He knew about my power. He may not have known about the monarchy, but he knew enough.
It feels weird saying this, but you might be my first real friend. Those are hard to come by when you're serving the Triumvirate. and harder still to come by when you close yourself off to the world.
Yeah, I've met a couple people online. I mean, it's becoming really common. It's a lot of people I find online. They're really nice people, but people go through a lot of crap in this world. And I'm talking about real life, by the way. You can find a lot of people depressed and holding back from trying to make friends because, or lashing out at random intervals because they want to defend themselves because of what they've went through. And I mean no ill will, but they don't know that. But yeah, I know this.
I'm not used to friends. I'm used to people who take advantage of me. Whether it's my strength or my sense of honor, they've all been used. When people learn who you are, they might try and use you too, Monarch.
Ah, crap.
But when it comes to you, I know that my strength and honor aren't misguided. You can trust me to have your back in the final battle and beyond. I promise. For once, I found a cause I'd be happy to both live and die for.
I hope I don't lead that astray for any future choices I might make. He smiles. A real, genuine smile.
Let's continue this after the battle, alright? Unfinished business is just one more reason to survive. In times like these, we need as many of those as we can get.
I nod, and see him out of my room. He seems a bit different, but I don't blame him. Anybody would change when given the ability to die. I'm just thankful that he's staying optimistic about it. It makes me realize that he really wanted it. It wasn't a hasty decision. And with that optimism, I know he'd survive and live a long, happy life. All right. Hey, bro. How you doing? I wish I had my other friends up here, too, but apparently I chose the wrong decisions. I invite Pro over to my room to spend some final time together. He has the dangerous task of infiltrating the Triumvirate's castle. There's no telling what would happen, and I can tell that he's scared.
So, I guess this is it, huh? You know, I always thought that I'd be ready, but now that we're here, I feel such apprehension. I know the layout of their castle based on past reconnaissance, but when we stole the Blade of Exodus, they weren't expecting us. They know we're here now. For us, this will be a purely uphill battle.
I mean, I think it's a castle on a hilltop, isn't it? So, figuratively and literally. He's right. We could no longer use the element of surprise! We had our strength and our smarts, but would it be enough?
Look at me, freaking out. I don't mean to bring down your morale. Let's change the subject, alright? Is there any wine in this place?
Yeah, that I know of. He looks around the room, and he's quickly let down.
Of course there isn't. You know, I thought it'd be a given. August is all alone, with nothing but his books and imagination. If there's any type of person who'd live off of wine, it'd be him.
I'm not sure I would join in on that, because I want to live my life drunk. But, you know, it's just not my preference.
It's a lonely life being a writer. It really is. You pour so much emotion into it that you almost run out. Everyone thinks you're giving them the cold shoulder, but you're not.
No. You want to put enough time and effort into it, and if you have time to think, it's the best time.
Writing is art. Nobody questions the secluded painter, you know? But the second you close yourself off to write, you're troubled. So many people see it as a joke of a career choice.
Who's been talking to you? Who's them? Shame on them.
I almost let that get me down when I was younger. They told me that a writer could never make a decent living. I could have easily given up. But instead, I created a legacy.
He lets out a loud sigh.
That's what scares me. Even when I give up the swindling life, that won't be enough. Everyone will remember me for who I was, not who I am.
I do, and I can help. Everyone here can help spread the word that you're not that. Unless they're the ones, and then shame on them.
And let's be honest, I'm not one of the good guys. I stole secrets, sold them, and ruined people's lives. Look what I did to the rebellion. That's unforgivable.
Things happen, yes. Crap happens. But you learn from them. And you don't want to do them again. You're doing it to help the main thing in the end. I understand where you're going. Like, you don't like the fact that you stole and used secrets and things like that. And yeah, I would feel the same way. But your main goal in mind was this, and for what I'm seeing of who you are, you're not doing it maliciously. We'll have to think about this as time goes on. True, they were bad actions, but they... I don't know. A lot of the choices were good, but then when the attack on the rebellion happened, that was a big no. A lot of people died because of that. So you should watch what you do with information. He looks away from me and shakes his head.
I think I might die during the attack, Monarch. There's no place for me in your new peaceful world. Even if I change, the harm I did will always haunt me.
I'm sorry. But there is a place, even if you don't feel it. I will help as best I can to ensure you this. He turns away. I thought you already did. And I see him tremble a little in fright.
I want to help you make this world a better place, Monarch. But you don't understand how many people I've wronged in the past. If they seek revenge, they might just target you and all of my friends. And I don't want anybody to get hurt because I was a bad person. I could turn a new leaf, sure, but that doesn't mean my enemies will. If I stay by your side, you and all of our friends will always be targets.
Put a hand on his shoulder and help him turn around. Come on, just turn a little bit to the right, just a little more. Now lock eyes with me. I have something to talk to you about. So what if his enemies tries to give us hell? We would handle it. If the rulers of the world can't take us down, how can anyone else?
You're right.
We're all one big family. In this together until the end.
I just fear that the end is closer than we think. I don't know what I'd do if I lost any of you during the final battle. I lost my family once. How can I expect to handle that again?
It might happen. And if it does, there's nothing I can really say that will help counter that. It's definitely gonna suck. Tell him not to worry. And everything will be fine. We have a solid battle plan. And I have the Blade of Exodus. There wasn't anything we could do to stand a better chance of it winning.
I guess that's true. Sorry. I was just freaking out. That seems to be a running theme out there in the atrium. It's impossible to look death in the face and have no regrets. But if you want me to help you rule after this war, I will. Anything you need, I'll always be there to serve you, Monarch. Hopefully I can earn a pardon for all the laws I've broken in the past.
Yes, but don't do it again. That'll be easy. He's already done a lot to help us. He was responsible for our Alrenthian alliance. Hands down. And up and down. Patty cake on the ground. He's done his best to atone, and in my opinion, he succeeded. So I pardon him right here, right now. Not then, not there, then, thither, and yon. It's now. On the dawn of our final battle. And he became a new man. Not and, he did. He became. He just did. No longer a swindler, but a trusted servant. Okay. Trusted servant of a new monarchy.
Monarch?
What? He looked shocked, almost in disbelief. But rather than question it, he nods, smiling.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, man. Send him off, but not before telling him one important fact. I love you, man. Any enemy of him is an enemy of the monarchy, and will be dealt with. Maybe. Depends. He thanks me yet again, and leaves with a resolve stronger than ever before. Sweet. One last person for this episode. And I do want to say, if you're getting through these episodes, I do, again, want to apologize for how long this series will be going. Some stories can just last a long time. So if I ever do one of these in the future, whether you're watching it or not, I'm going to make the series smaller by making the episodes longer. So yeah. There's a knock at my door. More urgent sounding than I anticipated. It couldn't possibly be time to launch an attack. It must be something else. As soon as I open it, Sylvie steps in the room. Let me inside. A look of anxiety on his face.
Sorry. I just needed to get away from that atrium, Monarch. Everybody keeps telling me what to do, and it's getting on my nerves. I have no problem helping out your cause, but it's my choice to do so.
It is. Orders are orders, but it's should be more of a suggestion or a highly insisted suggestion. I don't know. Some things need to be pulled out in order to have things done, but it is true. You offered. Doesn't mean you have full-on allegiance. Anyways, let's see what you have to say.
I followed enough orders while I was under the Triumvirate's control. Joining you and your army, I thought I'd finally be a free man. I mean, I guess I am. Ignore me. I'm just complaining.
I'm not gonna ignore you, man. It means something to you. He shrugs and starts wandering around the room. I tell him that it's okay. He shouldn't have to follow orders here. I give him free rein to do whatever he sees as the most useful.
You know, that's why I like you. You're the only person who lets me do what I want. Everybody else keeps me at arm's length, commanding me.
I see that. We're supposed to be on, a team, and if someone feels like they have the right to command, well, that's just wrong. Sure, you have your drill sergeants to order those that don't know what to do, or at least give a direction to those that don't know what to do yet. We're all in this together. And if someone doesn't know where to go, then you can ask for help, or guidance, or direction. You know what we're doing, so you have right. But if you have questions, feel free to ask around, and someone will have something to say. Possibly.
After all I've been through, I think I want to be the commander. I always thought I've been meant for more than what I was given. When I met you, and you accepted my offer, I knew I was right. At first, I only planned to help you until we took down Halen. But we've grown so close, and your comrades are so accepting. I've never felt such a sense of belonging. A sense, perhaps, of family.
Yeah, you didn't have one, per se. Sorry about that. With a smile, he takes a book from the shelf and opens it up.
You know, I've been reading about the monarchy. They seem to be more similar to the Triumvirate than we thought. The Triumvirate demands perfection. The monarchy sought the perfect future. And it seems like neither group cared about what costs they paid. But it's impossible to pinpoint the moment the monarchy was imprisoned. Many of these books are dated with a system I'm unable to decipher. So how advanced was the monarchy when the Triumvirate took action? Were they silencing a real threat? Or perhaps a potential threat? One is more acceptable than the other, but neither are just. I find myself wondering what would happen if someone opposed the monarchy. What if somebody got in the way of them in their perfect future? Would they be killed, just like enemies of the Triumvirate?
Questions lying untold. We do have some monarchy on our team. How?
And furthermore, how did they possess foresight to begin with? You inherited it from them. But where did they get it from? Sorry for rambling. There's just so many questions.
I don't mind. I'm actually someone who likes thinking of how things are done. If I don't understand it, then... But I'm interested, then yeah, I'd be interested in listening to it. Go ahead, keep talking.
It might be best to just forget the monarchy ever existed. Start over, from scratch, under the banner of the rebellion. Why reclaim a world for someone who would be your enemy?
True.
The Triumvirate controls us in an attempt to keep everything pure. The monarchy, too, controlled their subjects, just for a different reason. We want to live free, right? Free to do what we want, and live how we want.
That is a nice thing. We just need to at least say laws where you shouldn't do anything petty. You can't do anything petty, you can't do it, you can't go around just killing people willy-nilly. But yes, no one should be told that you can't do something. Just don't join in on them. But you can't enforce what you want on someone else. You can have what you want, just don't enforce it on someone else. You can offer it, or say that exists, and then someone that wants to join, woohoo, join in. But if they don't want to do it anymore, I guess it all depends on the situation. Anyways, I did not.
Why settle for the lesser of two evils? Forget the Triumvirate. Forget the monarchy.
Already gone.
Carve your own path.
Already on it.
Follow none, tread by others.
Follow none from my line. I shake my head, unsure of how to react. This world didn't belong to the Triumvirate, but not us either. We were simply their creation, given free will by the monarchy. This seems to have been a conquest meant to reclaim their world. We may not be alive to see it happen, but we should rule it like they did. I have a blade too. And I was from Valenorth. I always looked toward the future. All of those things considered, I was uniquely qualified to rule in their stead. I couldn't just use everything they gave me and then throw away their ideals.
You don't understand.
I don't know why my character's doing that. Sorry. I'm his conscience. Can you hear me? He throws the book aside and pins me back against the wall. Oh gosh, dang it. He stands strong, meeting his gaze, almost as if issuing a direct challenge. His grasp is strong, and I could tell he's really passionate about the subject.
If you let them control your actions, then you'll never truly be free. No matter who you align with, you'll inherit ideals that harm, like poison. You need to look to the past, not the future. Avoid the mistakes they made. That's what I did. And look where it brought me. Standing before you, able to think of little else. I just don't want to see you fall. You're better. Better than the Triumvirate. Better than the Monarchy. You're the only person that's ever treated me like I mattered. I'm not a slave to you. I'm not just some means to an end.
Of course not. He still has me pinned against the wall, and I feel him tremble. A few moments later, he lets go of me, but I pull him back in. He looks away from me. I can feel his breath against my neck. You don't have to make it sound like that. You can just say you came in for a hug, man.
I kept telling myself that you weren't giving me any special treatment. I wanted to believe that you'd extend the same courtesies to anybody.
Yeah.
But then, you got me those writing utensils, and I became so confused.
It was a gift, man. I can feel a rage well up within him as he speaks. Without warning, he punches the wall beside me in a loud grunt. However, one of his hands still rests gently at my side. He's conflicted.
I hate that I can't stop thinking about you. I hate that I care more about your future than my own.
Okay. He strikes the wall once more, and then he looks me dead in the eyes. Why not alive in the eyes? His second hand returns to my side, and he pins me against the wall again. Oh gosh dang, not this again.
I hate you.
Sorry. And a moment later... Oh. I kind of like Valessa. Our lips pressed together. I rest my hands on his sides, and then quickly turn the tables. Spinning both of us around, I press him against the wall as we continue to kiss. I'm not against anyone who likes this, or has that significant other that they love too. I'm just not myself. And I also wasn't sure I was showing off romantic signs towards him. I just wanted to give him a gift. I wasn't showing it as, I love you, man. I was showing it as, here. You deserve to be shown that, here's a gift for you, man. It wasn't a romantic gesture. As we take it further, Sylvie emits noises that enforce his confusion and anger. We move to different surfaces, the table and then the bed. Felt as natural as it did abrupt, and this is how we spent the rest of our time together. Again, I'm not against people liking the same gender. I have actually two friends that are gay, and I'm happy for them. But the things that I'm questioning is, when did I show? Was it just the writing utensils that were showing the action of I love him instead of I just wanted to give him a gift? And yeah, I would have. Why did the story have to make it difficult when I wanted to? I thought it was obvious when Valessa said, and Fortame said, don't let me win. Okay, I won't. That wasn't loyalty, apparently. Like, full-on loyalty scene. But should I keep the daggers from my parents that I now resent very, very much? Obviously, you shouldn't. It'd be like a bad reminder. Oh, okay, I won't keep them. No loyalty scene. Anyways, so apparently I'm in a romantic relationship, starting at least, with Sophie. So, we have whatever's coming up next. But yeah, I guess we'll continue in the next one. Thank you guys for stopping by. And until I see you guys again, have a great day, everyone.